is in honor of my mom. You all see my mom, right?
Yes.
What a pain in the butt she is. No, I just kidding. I love my mom. My mom's best friend's right here, and she's Patsy Lum. I love my mom. Man. She still can roll dumplings skins better than me. You know, and she's almost there. What is she, 78? 76? 78. You're her best friend. I'm her son, too. So, no, yeah, I know. And she's awesome. But she taught me this one dish. In Chinese, sanari 321, which is a combination of soy sauce, rice vinegar, and sugar. That flavor profile is a classic Beijing or Mandarin style flavor profile. So I took that classic idea of sanari 321 and I Francofied it, right? I added some edamames, which, well, that's not Frank, but that's, you know, Japanese edamames. I added tomatoes. I finished with a little bit of butter. There's shallots, which is the wonderful French onion. So I don't know if I made it better because the classic dishes in China are probably the best food in the world. I made it east-west. I made it my own, which is the other point I want to bring up about a cookbook. My cookbook, anyone's cookbook. It's not gospel. It's ideally a base of inspiration for you all. So when you're reading through it, you're like, oh, this sounds good, but you know, let's say you're Mexican or you love spicy food or you're Hunan and you want to add chili. Add chili. If you tweak the recipe a little bit, if you don't like mussels and you do clams instead, guess what? Now you're cooking. That's the idea of a book. I mean, anyone can follow a recipe. People that start thinking how I can make it my own and add my own flavor, and maybe I can use Fuji apples instead, or maybe I do lemon juice with celery, or whatever. As long as it still tastes good, and you taste as you go, you're cooking. And that's really, nothing makes a chef feel better than when someone comes up to me, look, chef, I had your dish, I made it this way, but I added this. And it was even better. And they kind of like, you know, chuckle and wink. And I'm like, dude, that's great. If you liked it better, it is better, right? Because my food's not the best food in the world, obviously. So we doing a walk again? How about a flat? You have a flat? So, I mean, we can do a walk actually. Yeah, let's do that one. Yeah. Let's do that. No, that one. So, sanari 321. We got balsamic vinegar, Italian, right, which I love. We have a little bit of sugar, not a lot, just a touch. We have a little soy sauce. I love this brand. This is from Taiwan, but they're made in New York now. It's organic soy sauce. Whole Foods are getting it now. We're getting into this country. Wan Jia Shan. Actually, it's Wan Jia. I think it should be J-I-A because Jiali the Jia, but you know, maybe they had a typo and had 4 million labels printed. It says, what the hell? Stay with it. Naturally brewed is the most important. It needs to say naturally brewed. Why? Because there's a lot of soy sauce out there that's fake. That's soybean flavor with caramel coloring. That's not soy sauce, right? Soy sauce is salt, soybeans, wheat for soy sauce, and wheat-free for tamari. And then the bacillus that gets the reaction going. And gravity makes soy sauce, right? They do the reaction and they just let it drain, and the liquid that comes from the soy sauce, all right? So I think the recipe is about a tablespoon of soy sauce. And then they make wonderful organic rice wine vinegar as well. It's a combination of rice vinegar, balsamic vinegar, soy, and just a touch of sugar, all right? You just want to dissolve the sugar. This is going to be the base of our sauce. Really easy. Now, in sticking to the one pot thing, we're going to first just very lightly saute some shrimp. Now you guys couldn't see that, but when you add oil to a hot pan, it kind of dances around. That is so key to making sure, especially when you're cooking fish, to make sure it doesn't stick. Don't start with a cold pan and add oil. There's a chemical and physical reaction when oil hits a hot pan. The molecular structure of the oil changes, and when you add the fish, it won't stick. You'll see these shrimp, they're not going to stick. And if they do, then I got a really bad pan. No, I didn't. So salt and pepper. We're not going to do nearly as much pepper. There's a great company called Contessa. We're in love for shrimp. Why? Because they come peeled and clean. which is just so nice for a home cook, right? So add the shrimp. Make sure there's sizzle. So don't add them all in. You want that sizzle, okay? Now we got the sizzle. Let me add that in. So, what we're doing in the same pan is we're going to first just sear the shrimp. There's still going to be, see, look at the shrimp. Nothing sticks, right? At all, right? You see that? Nothing sticking. The pan was properly heated, the oil was added, and it didn't stick. You don't need non-stick. I'm not a big fan of non-stick. I like non-stick for eggs, searing foie gras. That's about it. I don't think you really, you know, any pan can do what non-sticks do. And, you know, it is easier cleanup-wise. But any good pan is all you need. So, I'm cooking these just to rare. Because once I make my sauce, I'm going to put them back in to reheat, all right? So these are just rare, right? They're nice and colored. All right? So let's let those sit there. Now I got a little shrimp chunk stuck to the pan. Not really stuck, but in the pan, which I like. So now I'm going to add some of the aromatics. We have garlic. Just take just another tablespoon of canola oil. I got an email once when I was at Food Network back in the day of East Meets West. And the email said, "Chef, love your show." I'm like, this is a good start. Do you know that canola oil is made from rapeseed? I did. Canola oil is actually Canadian oil. This is an acronym, right? And then it continued. It said, so that's garlic, ginger, shallots. And again, if you don't have shallots, onions, fine. Scallions, fine. And then the email continued, my laundry detergent has rapeseed. You should not be using canola oil. This one I had to respond to. I'm like, man, thank you for watching the show. Do not cook with your laundry detergent. He never responded back. I don't know why. All right? Jess, I'm not really coloring. I just want to get the rawness out. I'm going to add some edamames. Edamames you can get, you know, frozen now, already peeled. Awesome. A little bit of tomatoes. All right? Again, season as you go. David, you're doing a hell of a job, buddy. Season as you go. Then add our 3, 2, 1. Make sure. Deglaze. All right? Reduce this by 50%.
Oh, it's in there.
Which will literally take not even a minute. All right? So that's reducing. What is this? Oh, that's all right. We're going to take a potato.
Actually, I can cook what I use.
Watch carefully.
I'm just getting some.
Tap it. Put it in the oven. Well, fork it. Take a fork. Boom, boom, boom. Like this. You know what I'm doing. Throw it in the oven. What's great is with these potatoes, what are the hot potatoes? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Bless you. They cook through when they're wrapped up, they stay nice and moist, right? I love that. And I kept the skin on because the skin has great protein and great nutrients to it. All right, so that's reduced by half. Shrimp go back. Again, I'm going to add a little bit of butter. You don't have to add all this, just a couple pats. Why? Because the butter is going to make a sauce for you, right? So we're not going to add it all. We're going to add, right? So leave some. And as this butter melts, it creates your sauce. This dish is done. That's the point of this book. I mean, that's pretty simple, guys, right? There's no smoke and mirrors here. I didn't swap anything out. You saw it happen right in front of my eyes. The only thing you didn't see me do is slice the shallots. And people are like, oh, you have prep cooks that do everything. Well, that's why you have a husband, ladies. Seriously. Get them to work. Get them to work. All right. Potato. Here's my plate, brother. All I'm going to do to plate up is take a couple. And you can do 4. I mean, if I was a family of 4, then I would actually do 4. I'm just going to take the ends off. Like this. Cut it in half. That wasn't very straight, right? Drunk potato. Alright? And you don't, oops, I didn't take the end, you don't have to throw these ends away either, by the way. I'm just doing it so they stand up. Alright? Again, try this.